My project paper brings to you a crucial report on cyber scams happening around the world and how to avoid being trapped. We hope you will find this video informative. Now, how aware are you of the threats lurking in the digital world? With the advent of rapid technological advancements, our lives are getting more intertwined with the digital world. We are dependent on the internet for everything from catching up with friends, paying bills, to ordering our next meal. But with this convenience comes a host of risks, the most pervasive of which is cyber scams. Picture this. You're scrolling through your emails when an unfamiliar name appears. It promises a significant amount of money in return for a small investment. It's tempting, right? However, this is the exact modus operandi of cyber scams. They exploit our innate human desires, be it for money, love, or simply the thrill of a good bargain. Cyber scams are not just a nuisance, they're a serious threat. The Federal Trade Commission reports that in the United States alone, people reported losing more than $3 billion to cyber scams in 2022. That's more than the gross domestic product of some small countries. Alarmingly, these figures are only escalating with each passing year. But the impact of cyber scams extends beyond financial loss. They can lead to identity theft, damage to your reputation, and in extreme cases, emotional trauma. They can shatter your sense of security, making you think twice before clicking on a link or opening an email. So why does this matter? Because awareness is the first step towards prevention. The more you know about cyber scams, the better equipped you'll be to protect yourself and your loved ones. Over the course of this video series, we aim to arm you with the knowledge you need to navigate the digital landscape safely. So whether you're a seasoned internet user or a digital newbie, it's time to pay attention. The digital world, while being a land of opportunities, is also filled with threats. And the biggest threat at the helm is cyber scams. In today's digital era, an understanding of cyber scams is not just useful but essential. Do you know what we mean when we say cyber scam? Picture this. You're browsing the internet and suddenly a pop-up appears on your screen. It claims that you've won a luxury vacation or a significant sum of money. All you need to do is click a link or provide some personal information. That's the moment when your alarm bell should start ringing. Why? Because you've likely just encountered a cyber scam. So let's delve into what exactly a cyber scam is. At its core, a cyber scam involves fraudulent activities conducted via the internet. These devious schemes are designed with one main objective: to trick you into giving away something valuable. This could be your hard-earned money, personal information like your name or address, or sensitive data such as banking or credit card details. Cyber scams can take many forms, from fraudulent emails and websites to malicious software, also known as malware. Scammers often use these tactics to trick you into clicking on links, downloading files, or sharing personal information. They may disguise themselves as reputable companies or individuals to gain your trust, but don't be fooled. Their true intent is to exploit you for their gain. The internet is a vast and glorious place, full of information, entertainment, and opportunities to connect with people from all over the world. But like most things, it also has a dark side. Cyber scams are a part of that dark side, and they're becoming increasingly sophisticated and widespread. It's essential to stay informed and vigilant. Recognizing the signs of a cyber scam is key to avoiding falling victim to one. Being cautious about the information you share online, the links you click, and the files you download can go a long way in keeping you safe. So, now that we've defined what a cyber scam is, let's remember the most important thing. Knowledge is your first line of defense against cyber scams. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to navigate the digital world safely. In the next segment, we'll dive deeper into the different types of cyber scams out there. Remember, knowledge is your first line of defense against cyber scams. Let's dive deeper into the murky waters of cyber scams. One of the most prevalent types we encounter is known as phishing scams. Now, this isn't about catching fish in a traditional sense, but rather, it's about cyber criminals trying to catch your sensitive information. Phishing scams work by disguising themselves as trustworthy entities. The criminals behind these scams can impersonate your bank, your internet provider, or even a government agency. They will send you an email, a text message, or even call you, asking for sensitive information. This could be your bank account details, your social security number, or your login credentials for various online services. Think of phishing scams as wolves in sheep's clothing. They appear benign, even helpful, but their true intent is to harm. Let's take a real-life example. Let's say you receive an email that appears to be from your bank. The email tells you there has been suspicious activity on your account, and you need to verify your identity immediately. It provides a link for you to click on, which leads to a website that looks just like your bank's official site. You input your credentials, thinking you're protecting your account. But in reality, you've just handed over your login details to a scammer. Or consider a text message that appears to be from a government agency, claiming you're eligible for a tax rebate. It asks you to click on a link to claim your rebate. The link leads to a form asking for your social security number and bank details. Again, it's a scam designed to extract your personal information. Phishing scams are incredibly common, and they're becoming more sophisticated every day. But knowledge is your best defense. Always be wary of unsolicited communications asking for sensitive information. Verify the source independently before responding. Remember, legitimate organizations will never ask for sensitive information via email or text message. Phishing scams. They're more common than you might think, but knowing their tactics can keep you safe. Are you ready to delve into more types of cyber scams? Let's talk about another type of cyber scam that's widespread and malicious: malware scams. Malware, short for malicious software, refers to any software that is designed to cause damage or unauthorized access to a computer system. There's a variety of malware out there, including viruses, worms, trojans, ransomware, and spyware. One common type of malware scam involves tricking users into downloading harmful software. This might come in the form of an email attachment that appears to be a harmless document, or a link that redirects to a website designed to automatically download malware onto your device. Imagine this scenario. You receive an email from your bank with the subject line, "Urgent, account verification required." The email contains an attachment claiming to be a form that you need to fill out and return. But in reality, the attachment is malware. The moment you download and open it, the malware infects your device, potentially giving the scammer access to your personal data. Another example of a malware scam is one that involves pop-up advertisements. You're browsing the web when suddenly a pop-up appears, warning that your computer is infected with a virus. It prompts you to download an antivirus software to fix the issue. But guess what? That's right, the so-called antivirus software is actually malware. These scams are cunning and dangerous, but understanding how they work can make all the difference. Always be wary of unsolicited emails, especially those that ask you to download attachments or click on links. And remember, reputable organizations will never ask you to provide sensitive information via email. When it comes to pop-ups, a good rule of thumb is to never download software from pop-up advertisements, no matter how legitimate they may seem. Instead, always download software directly from the source or from a trusted third-party store. Malware scams. They can wreak havoc, but understanding their methods can help you stay protected. Remember, knowledge is your first line of defense in the digital world. Until next time, stay safe online. We've covered phishing and malware scams, but what about other types of cyber scams? Well, let's dive into a few more deceptive forms of cybercrime: lottery scams and romance scams. Imagine this. You receive an email stating you've won the lottery. Sounds great, right? But here's the catch. You don't remember entering any lottery. This is the general premise of a lottery scam. The scammers lure you in with the promise of a big win and ask you to pay a small fee or provide personal details to claim your prize. Once they have your information or your money, they vanish. And then we have romance scams, a more personal yet equally sinister form of cybercrime. In these scenarios, scammers create fake profiles on dating sites or social media platforms. They build a relationship with their targets over time, gaining their trust. Once they have established a convincing emotional connection, they start asking for money, usually under the guise of a personal crisis or to plan a visit. Let's take a real-life example. A woman named Sarah from the United States met a man named John on a dating site. John claimed to be a soldier stationed overseas. Over several months, they developed a deep connection. One day, John told Sarah he needed money to come home and meet her. Sarah, believing in their relationship, sent the money. Unfortunately, John was a scammer, and Sarah never heard from him again. These scams prey on human emotions, the excitement of winning a lottery or the joy of finding love. But it's crucial to remember that if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Always be skeptical of unsolicited communication, especially if it involves sharing personal information or sending money. Lottery scams, romance scams, they may seem harmless, but they can cause devastating losses. Stay vigilant, stay safe. Our next segment will discuss how you can avoid falling prey to these cyber scams. Now that you know what cyber scams look like, how can you avoid falling victim to them? That's the question we're tackling in this segment. First things first, secure your connections. Whether you're browsing the web, shopping online, or checking your bank account, always make sure you're on a secure network. Look for that little padlock in the address bar or the HTTPS at the start of the web address. That stands for secure, and it means that your connection to the site is encrypted, making it much harder for cyber scammers to intercept your information. Next up, let's talk about passwords. Yes, we all know they can be annoying, especially when you're required to include an uppercase letter, a number, a symbol, and your first pet's middle name. But strong passwords are your first line of defense against cyber scams. So make them complex, make them unique, and most importantly, change them regularly. And whatever you do, don't use the same password for all your accounts. Another crucial step is keeping your software up to date. Those updates that keep popping up on your screen aren't just there to annoy you. They often contain vital security patches that fix vulnerabilities in your software, making it harder for scammers to exploit them. So next time you see that update notification, don't ignore it. Now, let's address skepticism. In the digital world, skepticism is your friend. If you receive an unsolicited email, text, or call asking for personal information, be wary. Scammers are masters at imitating legitimate organizations to trick you into giving away your details. Always verify the source before divulging any information. Remember, the World Wide Web is like a vast ocean, teeming with both wonders and dangers. Navigating it safely requires constant vigilance and smart practices. It's not about being paranoid, it's about being prepared. Staying safe online is not a matter of luck, but a matter of vigilance and smart practices. So, equip yourself with these tools, and you'll be well on your way to avoiding the pitfalls of cyber scams. It's been a deep dive into the world of cyber scams, hasn't it? An exploration into the darker side of our increasingly digital world. It's crucial to understand that these threats are very real and can have significant impacts on our lives. Ignorance is not bliss when it comes to cyber scams. To recap, cyber scams are malicious activities carried out through digital mediums with the sole aim of swindling individuals and organizations of their money, sensitive data, or both. These scams are not limited to one form or method, but come in a variety of types, each as dangerous as the next. We delved into the different types of cyber scams, starting with the infamous phishing scams. These are deceptive messages, often disguised as communications from trusted entities, designed to trick recipients into revealing sensitive information. Then we examined online shopping scams, which deceive unsuspecting buyers into making purchases from fraudulent websites or sellers only to receive counterfeit items or nothing at all. We also discussed lottery scams, where victims are led to believe they've won a substantial prize, only to be tricked into paying a fee or providing personal details to claim it. And let's not forget about the romance scams, where criminals exploit the emotions of their victims, often leading to financial and emotional devastation. Last but not least, we touched on tech support scams, where fraudsters pose as tech support representatives and trick victims into providing them with access to their computers or paying for unnecessary services. But knowledge is power, and understanding these scams is the first step towards defending against them. We also explored various ways to avoid falling victim to these scams. Always remember that if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Be skeptical of unsolicited communications, especially those requesting personal or financial information. Ensure that you're dealing with legitimate businesses when shopping online, and always check reviews and ratings. Never share personal information or send money to someone you've never met in person. And always keep your computer security software up to date, and be cautious of unsolicited calls or pop-ups claiming to be tech support. The key takeaway from our discussion is that staying informed and vigilant is the best defense against cyber scams. The more we know, the better equipped we are to spot scams and avoid falling victim to them. Cyber scams are a harsh reality of our digital age, but they don't have to be a foregone conclusion. By staying informed, being vigilant, and exercising a healthy dose of skepticism, we can protect ourselves and our digital lives. Remember, in the digital world, staying safe means staying informed. Keep learning and keep your guard up. Before we wrap things up, We at My Project Paper would like to take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude to all of you who have taken the time to watch this video. We understand that cyber scams can be a heavy topic, but we believe in the importance of staying informed and vigilant in this digital age. Your support and interest are what motivate us to delve deep into these topics and bring you the most accurate and relevant information possible. Creating these videos requires a significant amount of research and dedication. We are committed to providing you with valuable content that can help you navigate real-life situations. But we can't do it without you. Your engagement, your comments, your shares, and your likes, they all matter. They enable us to reach a wider audience and help more people stay safe in the digital world. So, if you found value in this video, we encourage you to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. This ensures that you won't miss out on any of our upcoming content. And remember, every bit of information counts when it comes to staying safe online. Thank you once again from all of us at My Project Paper. Here's to staying informed and staying safe.